Hey, this is Jeff Rose. Welcome to Soldier of Finance and GoodFinancialSense.com. Today I want to stress why it's so important to review the beneficiaries on your retirement accounts, your life insurance policies, or even your 401k at your present job. I just want to share a quick story of why that is so important and how one little oversight can make a huge difference in your family. Several years ago I was meeting with a client, and this was a first time meeting, and they had came in because they had inherited some money. This was a brother of 3, and he was just sharing to me how they had inherited this small chunk of money. And so we started talking about that, and then the story really came out to learn what had happened and what ripped their family apart. See, their mother had some money and it was spread out. She had some at the bank, she had some in her IRA, and she also had some in an annuity. And whenever she had done all her beneficiary, she wanted to make sure that all of it went equally to her 3 brothers. And she even set up her will to where it was set up that it was to be divided into 3 equal parts. So she just assumed that everything was okay. So her IRA was fine, her checking and savings accounts were fine, her CDs at the local bank was fine. The only thing that she overlooked was the annuity. She had listed her oldest son as the primary beneficiary of the annuity. Now, if you didn't know this, even if you have a will and it says you want it to go into 3 equal parts to whomever, the beneficiary designation on that annuity overrides that. So it doesn't matter. She just overlooked it. And one would conclude that even though the will said that it was to be split 3 different ways, that brother would just do what mom wanted and to split it evenly. Well, he didn't. He ended up taking all of that money to himself. Now, it probably wouldn't have been as a big deal, but on the total dollar amount that the mom had in her entire estate, with everything added up together, that annuity represented 75% of her entire estate. So the brothers split everything else in 3 equal parts, but the annuity, that brother kept it all for himself. And it was such a large chunk of money, he actually took that money and bought an airplane with it. I kid you not. Was he a pilot? No. Did he know how to fly? No. It was a hobby that he wanted to get into. So instead of splitting that money with his 2 remaining brothers, he used that to buy an airplane. I wish I was making this story up. It is the absolute truth, and it's just another reminder of why it's so important to review your beneficiaries. And remember, that goes not only on annuities, that also goes to life insurance policies, it also goes to your 401k at work. One thing that I almost did before I was deployed to Iraq, I had just recently got married to my now wife, and prior to me getting married, I had both my mom and my dad as my primary beneficiaries on my life insurance. Had I not made that important change and then something happened to me, that all would have went to them and left my wife without nothing. Now, I want to hope to think that my parents would have done the right thing, but I tell you what, anytime that you put a big chunk of money in front of somebody that has a lot of zeros behind it, you never know how they're going to act. You always want to be hopeful that they'll be acting in the best interest, but you never know. And that's why it's so important to review your beneficiaries. So you haven't reviewed those in a while, take a look. It takes maybe 15-20 minutes to check everything. Just jot all the things down that could have a beneficiary designation on there to make sure that you've reviewed it and that it is as current as you need it to be to make sure the right people are on there. So do not pass go. Go check your beneficiaries today and make sure that you're all up to date. This is Jeff Rose, Soldier of Finance and GoodFinancialSense.com.